Hello, this is Natasha Tracy for Breaking Bipolar. Today I just want to talk for a moment about diagnosis. This week a commenter came on to the Dissociative Identity Disorder blog and asked about hearing voices. I was curious about this, so I looked it up. And diagnostically, in dissociative identity disorder, voices typically come from within the head, whereas for a schizophrenia disorder, voices typically come from outside the head. So I shared this with the commenter. Holly, however, reminded me and reminded the commenter that it's not that simple. Just because doctors consider that to be a diagnostic symbol of what's going on and what disorder a person has, it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone with dissociative identity disorder is going to necessarily meet that criteria. The same is true in depression, for example. Self-harm is not considered a symptom of depression according to the DSM. However, most doctors would consider it to be an atypical symptom of depression. So it's a symptom of depression, but it's one that they don't typically see. It doesn't mean necessarily, however, that people who have that behavior aren't depressed. And so when someone tries to diagnose themselves based on that type of information, the generic information available online, it's quite possible that they will make a mistake. They will miss an atypical symptom. They won't understand that their symptom actually falls into a particular category, but it's just more unusual. And so it's really key that anyone who has a concern about mental illness be diagnosed by a professional. It's just not good enough to look up a list of symptoms and try and assess your own behavior against a list of symptoms. Your brain is what can be ill, and your brain is the thing that's trying to make the assessment. Naturally, that is problematic. So it's important to get diagnosed by a professional and not an online list. My name is Natasha Tracy, and this is Breaking Bipolar.